Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today channel Dan Sreyoun is going to present you about the importance of effective requirements elicitation. Effective requirements elicitation is an area that is critical to the success of projects. Ironically, it is a process often overlooked by many analysts. This oversight can be costly to the project in terms of time and budget, but, more importantly, could lead to incomplete requirements or, even worse, a failed project. Hi everyone, what is project requirements elicitation? Elicitation is an active effort to extract project-related information from all relevant stakeholders. The objective is to clearly define the business or project objectives. Requirements elicitation uses various analytics and techniques that allow for complete, concise and clear requirements to be gathered. Hi everyone, why is it important? A Standish Group report lists incomplete requirements as the leading cause of software project failure and reveals that poor requirements account for 50% of project failures. Poor requirements are a result of substandard elicitation, which may also lead to scope creep, budget overrun and inadequate process redesign. Elicitation is important as many stakeholders are unable to accurately articulate the business problem. Therefore, analysts performing the elicitation need to ensure that the requirements produced are clearly understandable, useful and relevant. A well-defined problem and clear requirements will go a long way to creating the correct solution that adds value to the business. How to perform requirements elicitation? Business analysts often think requirements gathering is like collecting seashells, fairly easy to identify and collect. However, in reality, requirements gathering is much like archaeology. The real value is hidden deep down and takes real, active effort to find. The type of elicitation technique used can dictate the thoroughness of the search and the value of the information found. It is therefore important for analysts to use the most appropriate techniques to gather complete, concise and clear requirements from all relevant stakeholders. Hi everyone, we have outlined a number of situations and techniques to ensure quality information gathering and effective requirements elicitation. Existing artifact analysis can be used when a business has an existing system and keeps documents up to date. This technique is useful for when you are unable to engage with stakeholders, allowing you to get a head start on understanding the business processes. Root cause analysis, using the 5 whys, helps to ensure that the underlying cause of a problem is identified, rather than simply correcting the output. This can be achieved during a requirements workshop by asking stakeholders to explicitly state what the main business problem is. Once this is agreed upon, the analyst asks the group of stakeholders why this problem occurs. Usually after asking why 5 times, the analyst is able to uncover the root of the problem within the organization. This technique helps to fully understand a business problem before moving into solution mode. Observation is useful if aspects of a system are overlooked. Observation allows you to watch how the stakeholder interacts with the system from beginning to end. Brainstorming is a good way to come up with multiple ideas, as generally stakeholders will try to give their input and perspectives. It is the most effective method to receive a vast amount of information at once. This method also helps you to uncover the unknown information, such as processes that have not been mentioned or requirements and processes that have not been thought through. Interviews allow you to gain an in-depth understanding of the business need and creates the opportunity for a discussion and clarification on any statements made by the stakeholder. Surveys allow for information to be elicited from multiple people, which is necessary if the project has many stakeholders. Requirements workshops are one of the most effective techniques in requirements elicitation. Gathering requirements can be done quickly. It is the most powerful way of gaining group consensus on requirements, and it can help with team building. Prototyping is a useful tool for business analysts to determine if the solution being designed is really what the stakeholders need. Stakeholders can offer suggestions or improvements on the prototypes before the design is implemented. We hope that you found this article useful and that you have gained some valuable insight into the importance of requirements elicitation. Are you struggling with requirements elicitation? Get in touch with us today if you are looking for the expertise of a niche management consulting firm. Give us your biggest challenge. Hi everyone, 20 tips for effective requirements elicitation. Requirements elicitation is the act of teasing the true needs from users and other stakeholders, including most departments in the development organizations such as sales and training. Elicitation is not simply gathering. Gathering is a passive action, whereas elicitation is proactive. This article provides some tips on how to best elicit them. Requirements elicitation is the act of teasing the true needs from users and other stakeholders, including most departments in the development organizations such as sales and training. Elicitation is not simply gathering. Gathering is a passive action, whereas elicitation is proactive. It uses ideas to help users see requirements they may not have been aware of themselves. For simplicity, I shall use the term requirement to cover all expressions of need, including user stories and use cases. In agile processes, work is done just in time, so it's important not to dig too deep during elicitation. A broad understanding of needs from all parties is more important. Once the minimal marketable functions have been identified, requirements can be selected for a release in any intermediate iterations. Only then will the requirements be fleshed out, requiring further discussion and elicitation. Breadth first, depth later. The simplest form of elicitation is a question: what problem are you trying to solve? But there are so many more techniques that can be used to make elicitation more successful. A selection of techniques can be found here. In this article we are interested in making those techniques more effective. Here are some ideas for getting the best from requirements elicitation methods. 1. Include a cross-section of all stakeholders in the process: customers, end users, suppliers, management, quality assurance, trainers, regulators, project sponsors, operational support and domain subject matter experts. Include industry experts to avoid being limited by the thinking of existing users. 2. As well as group settings, meet with individuals one-on-one, especially those who might be squeezed out of group discussions by those with stronger personalities. 3. Listen actively. Don't interrupt. Do not lead the witness. Paraphrase what you heard to make sure you understood. 4. Drill down on disagreements. A little conflict can uncover a lack of understanding. 5. Be that annoying kid. Keep asking why. Don't be afraid to pry. 6. Don't be too quick to rein in a discussion that ends up in a perceived backwater. Again, this may unearth a disagreement about what is important. 7. Remember to discuss the difference between needs and wants. 8. Don't forget performance, scalability, and other non-functional requirements. 9. Do not reject the seemingly impossible. You never know where the next big idea may come from. 10. If the problem is too big, the mere discussion of how to break it down can be revealing. 11. Use whiteboards, large flip charts, cards and push pins, anything that can be physically handled and manipulated. People become far more animated and involved when they can move things around or point, than they do when staring at a projected computer display. Use software to record the results, not to facilitate the elicitation. 12. Do not assume the meaning of institutional jargon. Try to eliminate it entirely. 13. Don't be afraid to inject wild ideas and test the reaction. 14. Don't organize the requirements too formally at the start. It may impose an initial solution or design and may constrain the thinking process. Use concepts such as mind mapping to get away from the typical linear list. 15. When using observational techniques, remember that the simple act of observing changes the behavior of those observed. 16. Hypothesize conditions under which the process might break down and discuss possible resolutions. 17. When users try to define the solution, guide them back to the problem. 18. Don't hold all elicitation meetings, one after the other. Give users time to think between meetings. 19. Ask for the same written user stories from multiple users. Identify and discuss any discrepancies. 20. When you serve a group of disparate industries, bringing them together into combined focus groups can result in unexpected ideas and new opportunities.
Thank you for watching my videos. Please subscribe, like and share to channel Dan Sreyoun in order to get more videos. Thank you.